Okay, guys. We have another live here. Just making sure that the audio is working correctly. Making sure that the audio is working correctly. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Put it in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, seems like the sound is working nicely now. All right, guys. I think we can start here. I apologize for being a little tardy here, but so there is the story of Schoolboy9. It was uncovered by a big content creator, and I'm gonna shout that content creator out shortly. So I just wanted to talk about this story as you guys liked it a lot, and I wanted to offer some education on it so that we can be better prepared. It's basically reportedly a guy who it's a very dark story. It's involving reportedly involving a adult male and children on social media, things of that nature. So I'm gonna talk about the story. I'm also going to uh, you know, give and offer online tips for parents, for kids, and also deep fakes, right? Deep fakes is one of the main, it's the foundation of this story, deep fakes. So with deep fakes, we know that I'm a tech channel, I'm a cybersecurity channel. With deep fakes and what it presents as a technology, it's evolving, right? It's a new concept, and I'm going to also cover some news stories involving deep fakes and also some of the tools that are being used uh, that are available out there, right? Some of the best deepfake software. So uh, please feel free to ask any questions as you can in the chat. Please feel free to, you know, any questions, or if you want to add your opinion or perspective, please let me know. This is about us. This is about society, etc. So let's start here. All right. So this story here we have is a story about. Uh, Give me one second here. Schoolboy9, right? That is the name of the account. Now, in regards to Schoolboy9, Nick Crawley, he's a great YouTuber. You see, he has 2.49 million subscribers. So shout out to Nick. Uh, as you can see, this video that he's done, Nick Crawley, the internet rabbit hole, um, right here, it's getting like 20,000 views per hour. So this is a huge story developing. So um, this is it in a nutshell, right? So there was, and Nick Crowley, the person I just talked about, he's the one that kind of brought it to fruition. So um, it began in April of this year, right? There was a Reddit user. And Reddit is like a social media platform in its own right. It's a forum. People can communicate. So think about like Facebook, Instagram, but people can communicate with each other. There are communities and groups. So on it was a Reddit user, and he was going through Instagram, and he noticed a an Instagram account by the name of smartschoolboy9. There was another Instagram account that was truth underscore sticks underscore 11. There was a girl.chloe12 Instagram account as well. So it was about three Instagram accounts. Now, these Instagram accounts, they were claiming to be run by children or their parents. That's kind of like what it implied. However, behind the scenes, it was implied in a sense, right, that there were some explicit content that involved minors. That's what some people are discovering, etc. And there were some patterns that you know people would say is disturbing. Um, Now, this is an example, right? Because since then, the Instagram accounts, they were taken down. Like I said, the schoolboy9, the truth underscore sticks, and the girl.chloe. So this is kind of to give you like an overview of what it looked like in a sense. So, okay. So that's where deepfakes comes into play, right? So as investigate, because an investigation kind of took place, as you can see the deepness, the severity of the situation, you know, it was some alarming things that was going on. It was like AI generated or heavily edited images, right, of children, and there was some obsessions with high heeled mini boots and school uniforms. Um, you know, there was interactions like these accounts were interacting with real children on social media, and content was becoming more suggestive, more progressive. So the man behind the accounts, give me one second here. So the man behind the accounts was a man by the name of David Walter Alter. That is reported, right? I'm not casting any aspersions. This is just reports. And he's supposedly a 59-year-old man from allegedly Doncaster, South Yorkshire. And, he's believed to have been the creator of these Instagram accounts that appear to be legitimate. Now, we can look here and we can see, you know, something is just a little off here. And for some reason, this boy here is featured on the Instagram accounts. So, yeah, you can see here, this was the Truth Sticks. Now, again, it was the Truth Sticks. It was the Instagram accounts. They were taken down. The real accounts. These are like fake, you know, doppelganger accounts, like some random. But I'm showing you this so that you can see how the accounts kind of look like. You can see this little girl here, but something kind of looks a little off here with these kids, etc. So, the original accounts obviously were removed, and similar profiles are emerging. As you can see, I'm showing you those similar profiles. So, it's this is the huge issue that deepfakes present, right? This is the huge issue that deepfakes present. As you can see, look at the, every post is approved by my degree educated mother. I will delete my account if schoolboy9 messages me, right? We don't know what that, we don't know. We don't know. But moving on to another thing, you know, I'm going to offer some online safety tips for not only parents but kids. But that's the story in a nutshell. You have, reportedly a 59-year-old man who created deepfakes of kids, uh, and there was some darkness behind it, and that's the story in a nutshell. But To progress, I do have some online safety tips for parents and kids out there. So when you look at these kinds of accounts, um, it's very important as a parent to keep your computers and devices in common areas in the house, right? Of the home, uh, where you can easily supervise. Try not to have uh, you know it in a corner that you rarely visit and your kids are looking at it. Also it's good to spend time online with your children and stay involved in their online activities. Like you can really use the history portion to see the logs and see what are the kinds of things that they have been listening to or using. I would also set limits for the device and internet use, especially if the younger the child is. I would establish rules and boundaries, right? There are safety pledges or a family agreement that should be in order about online behavior, and stick to it with your kid. You can also teach your children to never share their personal information like their name, address, phone number, etc. Keep those very private. Uh, Never, you can tell your kids as well, never meet someone in person that they met online, especially if you have no knowing of this person. There's also safety tips, like parental controls. You can use parental controls on apps, devices, service providers. Like uh, there are things like firewalls. In you know there are what is that thing called? I'm drawing a blank here. Uh, I don't know. Why am I drawing a blank here? Why am I drawing a blank here? There's kind of like monitoring that you can do. Man, hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on, guys. There are internet monitoring tools. Man, oh, it looks like we have hold on. Oh, it seems like Nick Nick is in the chat. Um, Hold on. Seems like Nick is in the chat. Well, my pleasure, Nick. My pleasure, Nick. Hold on. Oh, I know it. It couldn't be true. So, well, in any case, uh, again. So there are things, guys, that you can do. Um, there is like internet monitoring tools out there, and essentially what they are is you can use certain keywords and certain uh like penis, vagina, things of that nature. Like you can put keywords in these kinds of tools so that when they're searched, uh, automatically the site or whatever is blocked. And they used to, I believe they still do it, but that's why when you were in high school or elementary school, when you tried to search things on the school computer, it would just block it. That's because they were using kind of internet remote uh, you know, monitoring kind of tools to make sure that inappropriate things were not being searched. But you know, I as the world progresses, especially with the use of deepfake technology, um, we can see that it's getting a little harder and harder to tell between fakes and deepfakes. Um, and deepfakes are obviously AI generated images, right? And uh, they make it these things make it kind of more and more difficult to distinguish between real and fake accounts. Sometimes they can have be generated from a biased perspective, like harmful stereotypes about children, you know, and it also there's a whole bunch of things here, guys, that deepfakes presents. But just so that we are all adept, I also want to talk about online safety tips for kids, right? Uh, just be on them, guys. Just be on them. Just make sure that you know. Just do those things. So this is kind of probably how a better representation of how the accounts looked. As you can see, we talked about it. There was the deep the heels, right? The heels and everything like that. The kids and everything. Clearly, you can see that these are a little bit off. Clearly, you can see that those are a little bit off. So that's kind of like how the Instagram accounts looked like. That's kind of like how they look like. Uh, so I saw this interesting article here, and one of the things that I want to discuss with you, chat, is hold on. Anybody in the chat has questions so far? So I saw this interesting chat, guys, and it basically talked about, how do deepfakes work, and I want to just talk about it so that we are better educated on, how things are and things of that nature. So, um, let's look at. So first, data has to be gathered, right? The technology, it needs an example. It can be a face, it could be an audio, it can be a video, but it needs something to go off of. And then, there's, obviously there's some training that goes on with the AI, then it creates the fake, and there's some fine tuning. But here's a visual example. Like that, this is kind of like a visual example of how it works. Um, Man, I mean, you can see the AI. It scans your face. It scans your face, right? It scans your face, and then you can see. But here's the thing: can anyone spot? Can anyone spot the deep fake here? Because in my opinion, guys, in my opinion, even though this says deep fake, I think this one is the deep fake. I mean, look at the left eye. Let me try to. Look at the left eye here. Remember we talked about it, the eyes, the ears. I feel like the eyes here, you know, that is what that is what gets me. These eyes here, that is what gets me. You can see like this left eye here. See, that's one of the things about deep fakes, right? Is you really have to pay close attention to detail. You really have to pay close attention to detail. When I'm looking at this, off first glance, you have to look at the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears. This one is good, but not good enough because this eye here is way different from this eye here. And just like this eye here is different from that eye, or this eye here is different from that eye. But here's a question, chat. Do you think that maybe that, hackers or whoever the case may be, do you think that maybe they're doing this on purpose? Like they're presenting altered images on purpose to try and deceive us so that when they really do it, I don't know if that makes sense. Like they're trying to show us, oh, look for the ears, look for the eyes, look for this, because they have a better technology out there that they don't have that issue with eyes and ears and the differentiation between them, so that when they do it, you're like, oh, it looks the same. I'll just click on it. And then you got hacked. Do you think that this is kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a reverse engineering kind of thing? Like a reverse engineering kind of thing? What do you guys think? I don't know. So again, how to spot deep fakes. And this is what I was talking about, chat. When I was saying looking for the inconsistencies, the eyes, verifying the voice thing. I feel like hackers are so good nowadays. They, what is being told to us is look for the eyes, look for this, look for that, and then behind closed doors, they already learned how to fix eye discrepancies or ears or all that, just to kind of hack you. Look for this, and then, but we already got that covered. I don't know what do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat? Let me know your opinion. This is where the world is headed. This is where the world is headed, guys. The world is headed to that's where the world is headed. But let me look at other things here. Now there's also and here's the thing about deep fakes. Please don't make the mistake that all it is pictures. It can be audio. You can you see here, you have to listen to robotic tones. Like a deep fake can often have like a strange mechanical quality. And you see here, it could be influencer's voice that lacks natural ups and downs. And I feel like life is becoming so much more complicated, because it's like you have to be more attention to detail. You have to be more attention to detail. You have to be more attention to voices and images and videos and this and that nature, because, and guys, let me tell you something. Deepfakes, they're only going to get better and better and better, right? They're only going to get better and better and better. I don't know why. Yeah, they're only going to get better and better and better, chat. Only get better and better and better. So, robotic tones, that's what they're saying. Pay attention to speech patterns, right? Notice if speech flows naturally. So I guess so I guess, when you are listening to somebody, you have to listen intently. You have to listen intently. You have to say, Could you imagine, chat? Could you imagine how phone conversations are going to be? Uh, could you imagine how phone conversations are going to be maybe in the next 2 to 3 years? Hello? Hi. Well, wait, are you really my mother? Because your natural tone, it went down. It went down. Your natural tone went down. I am your mother. Yeah, but the speech patterns, you know what I'm saying? You kind of sounded a little robotic there. Are you really my mom? Are you not? And could you imagine the arguments that's gonna be? Hey, I need you to, husband and wife. I need you to pick up our daughter from school. Wait. Before you even say that, I need to know. I need to know because you don't really sound like my husband, or you don't really sound like my wife. You sounded your speech patterns. It went up. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Your speech patterns. It went up. It went up. So and here is how it can be also kind of unrelenting here, right? Hold on, let me make sure that the camera went back on. Sorry, chat about that. But we back on. We good. So here's the funny thing too. Like it can be like never ending. It can be like never ending, and here's why I say that. Somebody, your husband, wife, or your mom calls you. Hey, hold on now. Hold on. Your speech, your patterns, are kind of, the roboticness of it. You don't really sound like, my husband or my wife or my mom. I don't know what's going on here. And then you're like, you know what? Put me on FaceTime. Let's do a video call. And then in the video call, you're looking. I don't know, your eyes. It looks like not your eyes. And it's like, what can you do? I called you. You said my robotics are off. My tone and my speech patterns. Okay, cool. And then now I video call you. You're looking at my eyes and you're saying, I don't know, there's a twitch there. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Could you see the way the world is heading, guys? Uh, you know, let's look at what this article. This is a very good article. Shout out to cointelegraph.com. Let's look at early days, see what they're talking about. So, supposedly, right? They're saying in the early days. Hold on, chat. So supposedly in the early days, they started making computers to change faces in videos. And why the 1990s? Why the 1990s, chat? There was a program called Video Rewrite that can change a person's face in a video to match a different voice. Do you think maybe this because was movies or something? I don't know. Like let me look at that. There is a video. There is a video. It's called Video Rewrite. Video Rewrite. Video Rewrite. So let me put it here. Supposedly this was the first, video rewrite ever. I don't want to click on it because YouTube be with those strikes and everything. But this is supposedly video rewrite that they're talking about. But let me see if I can click on a link or something that is a little bit more in depth, you know. Looks like I can't see one because YouTube is very sensitive about using other people's content. So let's just continue here. So why, according to this article, right, Cointelegraph, assuming that everything on Cointelegraph is accurate, rise in deepfakes. I'm not sure if I 100% believe, in 2017. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I don't know if there was a 20-year gap in the rise of deepfakes. I don't know if I believe that. And I think maybe, in my opinion, because all I can do is guess, I think probably what inspired deepfakes and the genesis of AI deepfakes and all of that is probably movies. I'm not sure if there's any other industry or reason that people would probably want to do a deepfake, because remember, stunt actors, right? And this is just, I'm just literally talking out the side of my neck here. Things like, stunt actors, they used to be back in the day where, people would throw somebody, right? And then you look for a quick second. It's like, it's not the actor anymore. It's like a dummy that's flying. And then they would pan right back to the actor to make it seem as if like, it was the actor. But, so I feel like what would inspire people to do deepfakes other than to give a very good product from a movie perspective or a show perspective? I don't know. I feel like it's a visual thing, right? At the end of the day, it's also it's a visual thing. It's an audio thing. So, movies have gotten, because again, and this is, again, I'm just talking out the side of my neck. You look at, the better the movie is typically the more realistic, right? If a movie doesn't come across as realistic, as genuine, it's not, most people probably would say it's not a good movie. So when we look at, from a movie perspective, maybe that is what really caused the genesis of deepfakes, is trying to make a movie or a scene or whatever the case may be as realistic as possible. So, according to this article, 2017, it was it was a rise, and supposedly it included Reddit, subreddits, things of that nature. However, I do kind of believe this as far as political motivations and financial fraud, because in a nutshell, guys, when it comes to things like hackers and deepfakes, follow the money, guys. Follow the money. The ethical concerns, there are legalities. People would probably want to use them, to resemble a superpower. False orders, false things. I can definitely see that. Now, BitGet, I'm looking at this, guys. Let me also look at this. So supposedly, an entity or whatever called BitGet predicts that without stronger safeguards, deepfakes could make up as much as 70% of crypto-related crimes by 2026. So this is saying, and now, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. Now, this is saying, without stronger safeguards, and what they basically mean by that is without stronger protection mechanisms to guard against deepfakes to help society at large, that 70% of crypto-related crimes by 2026. Now, you're probably wondering why I said, because I say often, follow the money. Follow the money. Okay? Follow the money, follow the money. Now, uh, let's look at some. I also wanted to bring up some, some news that came out that exists, just so that we can see. Um, you know, hackers can steal your face to create deep fakes that rob bank accounts. Uh, Hold on, we have a Z Porton that said, what did Z Porton say? Dang lemmings, I tell you, I don't want to go to Chelsea. I'm not sure what that means, Z Porton, but you can clarify in the chat. So this is the huge thing that is presented, in my opinion, when it comes to deepfakes. Follow the money, guys. Hackers, they want money, right? Or they want fame. I mean, it depends. But hackers can steal your face to create deepfakes that rob bank accounts. And this article goes into depth about that, but there's no reason to bore us or things of that nature. But hold on. So Soroco, let me see. Okay, so there's a person by the name of Jason Soroco. He's the senior vice president of product at Sec2Go. And shout out to SC Magazine for this as well. So Soroco says something that's interesting in this article. He says deepfakes are very effective in social engineering. Now, clearly we know, well, let me not say clearly, but social engineering, guys, an example of it is, basically, for example, like a phishing email. And a lot of people typically, or hackers, let's say, I have hacked and obtained an email of a senior executive at a company, right? So I'm a hacker. I've obtained the email. So basically, I'm going to use the email to trick someone in the company, maybe somebody lower rank than that email, the user of that email, to see if I can trick them to giving me more information about, said company or whatever the case may be. So that's what social engineering is in a nutshell. Sorry if I gave you a very bad a very bad let me just do this here. I know what it is, but it's best if I just give you the definition. So social engineering, right? It's a type of cyber attack that involves manipulating people into giving away sensitive information or taking actions that compromise their security, okay? That's the definition. Social engineering is a type of cyber attack that involves manipulating people into giving away sensitive information or taking actions that compromise their security. So with that in mind, we have he said deepfakes are very effective in social engineering. It should be noted that Trojan mobile application that's installed by a victim, that has been made available via a fake Google Play Store for iOS devices, and the victim needs to utilize unusual installation methods. So that's, this article is highly interesting for this development. So John Gallagher, who is the vice president at Viacol Labs, he said that personal data such as social security numbers, date of birth, biometrics are increasingly being scraped, stored, and analyzed by threat actors, meaning hackers, right? But wow, I mean, this is really interesting here. Wow. Uh, Now I'm just trying to see. So this word here is interesting to me. Biometrics. Now, when I look at biometrics, It says DNA, fingerprint, facial recognition, hand geometry. So also, what I would say, guys, in the chat, I would say, what do you think is a good way to protect against? Okay. Hello to you too, sir. Hello. You know, guys, I want to make this as interactive as possible. Also, put some information. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, right? So, biometrics, guys, is fingerprints, facial recognition. Investigate 5 random names, comment spam bots on everywhere. You guys are putting a lot of things in the chat that I don't know what you guys are saying. Maybe you guys are doing that on purpose. Just throwing random things out. So yeah, biometrics are increasingly being scraped, stored, and analyzed by threat actors. Now, what do you think that they're using to analyze these things, chat? Gallagher also pointed out in this article, IP cameras in particular are vulnerable to exploitation. So it's not too hard to imagine video databases being mined for iris, fingerprint, and facial recognition. So this presents a whole nother dynamic, chat. A whole nother dynamic. Here's another story here. Shout out to WSG. And it says, deep fakes, fraudsters, and hackers are coming for cybersecurity jobs. So in a nutshell, it's saying cyber leaders are defending against bad actors armed with artificial intelligence who are applying for job openings. Now, there is some talk in the cybersecurity field. There was talk that, you know, how can I say this? Like, job interviews are going to become physical again because there's AI when it comes to remote and, you know, being able to, you know, AI can help you answer the questions effectively and blah, blah. So now they're thinking of making job interviews physical, no more remote job interviews. So I think that's interesting. So look at this, right? Look at this article. I think this is very interesting here. So let me make this bigger. This is what's interesting me, chat. So look at this. Globally, and I'm starting from here, chat, just so we can see. It says globally, the cyber sector faces a shortfall of roughly 4 million professionals, and you know, which is an increase of 12.6% from 2022. And you know, according to ISC2, a professional and certification group in cybersecurity, fraudsters are seizing on the demand of the lack of cybersecurity professionals available in the job marketplace. So here is what is very interesting to me. Now, Lily Afonte, a founder and chief executive at Cat Labs, said in a Wall Street Journalistic Live that, you know, North Korean hackers frequently targeted her cryptocurrency asset recovery startup by pretending to apply as jobs. Now, this is where it gets even more interesting to me. This is supposedly her. She says, we've weeded out over 50 candidates that were North Korean spies. She says, we've weeded out 50 candidates that were North Korean spies. And she said, to the point where I had to put certain controls in place in my hiring process. So this is what is happening. And I think that moving forward, and this is not only to the cybersecurity industry, this is for remote interviews at large, is certain controls are going to be put in place because deepfakes are getting better and better and better. So that's another news story that I felt was highly interested. Now, there's another news story here. Chinese hackers using deepfakes in advanced mobile banking malware attacks. So even your phone and mobile banking is subject to it. So this said a Chinese-speaking threat actor that was a, and when you say threat actors or just replace threat actor with hacker, right? So a Chinese speaking threat well, basically hacker, the code name was Gold Factory, has been attributed to the development of highly sophisticated banking trojans and undocumented iOS malware. So this is where Apple is involved here, right? So this is not just some no name cell phone or company or whatever the case. This is iOS. So this is an iOS malware called Gold Pickaxe. And what it's capable of is harvesting identity documents, facial recognition data, and intercepting SMS. That's messages. Okay. So this article then proceeds to say, active since at least mid-2023, Gold Factory is also responsible for Android. Yeah, you guys thought it was only Mac and iOS or whatever the case may be, right? But it says active since mid-2023, the Gold Factory is also responsible for another Android-based banking malware called Gold Digger. Now, aren't hackers or threat actors, whatever you want to call it, they are so sarcastic. They created an Android-based banking malware called Gold Digger. Ain't that something? And it's basically an enhanced variant of Gold Digger Plus. Hackers, they have a sense of humor, whether you want to believe it or not, as well as Gold Kifu. Now, social engineering campaigns, and we talked about social engineering, right? Distributing the malware have been found to target Asia. Hey, tongue, get better. So, Asia Pacific region, right? And it's specifically targeting Thailand, Vietnam, and it's masquerading as local banks and government organizations, but you better believe it, they're trying to level up. They're trying to level up their game. They might already be exploiting American things as we speak. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this live off with this topic, and what I want to just kind of discuss with you, and I'm showing you this so that you can not only research, but you can see what's out there so that you are better educated, things of that nature. So here are some of the 12 best deepfake apps and websites that you can try for fun, right? And so let's start. So we have Lensa AI, and this late app. It creates AI portraits, of you or anyone else. That's a good look at it. And here is the danger, I feel. Here's the danger. Hold on, let me make this big. Here's the danger, guys. That should be big enough for you guys. Here's the danger, guys. Though the app is free, that means very low barrier to entry. Anybody could use it, meaning anybody could use it. That means the likelihood of an attack going through goes more and more and more. You have Deepfakes Web. All right, you have Deepfake Web. It various complexities of face data. That's interesting. Reface. We have Reface here. MyHeritage. Deepface Lab. Oh, let me see Deepface Lab a little bit. Wow. We have Deepface Lab. We have Deep Art, Face Swap Live, Face App, Face Magic, Avatarify, Face Play, and Deep Brain. So those are 12 ones that you can look and see. But guys, if you like this live, or if you have some things that you would want me to if you have things that you want me to talk about from a live perspective, please drop it in the chat or the community tab or whatever the case may be, and I'll do my best to look into it and see, talking about it. So thank you for participating on this live. Please hit that like button and the subscribe button. I appreciate your viewership. Stay safe. See you in the next video.